Hey there, you guys have asked for this video and I don't want to disappoint this awesome community. So today I'm bringing you the top 10 positions for labor and birth. Now, if you're new to this channel, please leave me a comment and say the word new and go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I'm bringing you the information that you really want to know before labor begins. Now, speaking of labor, we have 10 positions here, and number 10 on this list is so easy. You really have no excuse not to try this one, and it's standing. Yes, standing is an actual legit labor position. It takes advantage of gravity. It allows for movement like walking and swaying. And my favorite tip on standing is make sure your feet are at least shoulder width apart because we want to be open. We want to help baby down. We don't want to have our legs all clinched in when we're standing. We want to really facilitate that gravity standing. The position landing at number 9 is the side lying position. So side lying is a great position that you can do when you need some rest in early labor or when you have an epidural. It's really a key position to have on your side when you're tired of being on your feet. Now you can be in the side lying position like this person in the photo. You can also use a peanut ball between your legs to help open up your pelvis. There are so many options for side lying, and a really great labor and delivery nurse will help you make the most of this position. Number 8 on our list is sitting on the birth ball. So the birth ball is really just an exercise ball that we use for birth, and it can be so handy in labor. We can sit on it, bounce on it. We can move our hips in circles. We can sway back and forth. It's really a handy item to have around both in early labor and active labor. Sitting on the birth ball is a great position. Now, I have more information about using the birth ball in a video that I'm going to link right here. Make sure you check that out. Coming in at number 7, we have the hands and knees position. Now, sometimes I talk to people in class about this position. I get weird looks because people are imagining this position on the hospital floor, and this is not where we want to do hands and knees. It is great to do the hands and knees position right on top of the hospital bed or in your bed at home. It's much more comfortable for your knees. You can even add some extra pillows under your knees to make it more comfortable, but we want to stay off the hospital floor, of course. Now, hands and knees allows for our partner or our support person to put some counter pressure on our lower back. We can always put a heating pad in this position. That really makes this position very flexible and a great one to try out in labor. Now, speaking of our partner, position number 6 makes use of the partner. It is the slow dancing position. Now, it's similar to standing, but slow dancing can actually help relieve some of your weight by hanging on your partner, resting your head on their shoulders. It's something that a lot of people love when they want to be close to their partner, up that oxytocin. But if you are kind of someone who doesn't want to be close in labor and maybe needs more space, maybe it's not for you. But if you are using that slow dance position, make sure you remember that same tip for standing. Keep your legs nice and open, feet nice and open when you're doing the slow dance. And put on some music, make it more fun. So here we are, halfway through the top 10 list. Now, if you have heard anything that's new or helpful, please go ahead and hit that like button and let me know that you're finding it to be a useful video. Now, number 5 is one of my all-time favorites, and that's sitting on the toilet. Yes, sitting on the toilet is an awesome position for labor and birth, but there's a couple things I want to tell you about to make this position more effective and more comfortable. First of all, when you're sitting on the toilet, sit just like you would if you were going to go to the bathroom. That means pants down, underwear down. It allows us to relax our pelvic floor, relax our bottom half, and make those contractions more effective. The other thing I like to do when sitting on the toilet in labor is make that bathroom as much of a laboring cave as possible. Turn off the big overhead lights, set up some battery operated candles or a string of lights. If you don't have that, maybe just leave the door cracked and the lights on high in the room so that you can just have some filtered light. What we're really going for is to have a comfortable place to spend some time, because contractions when you're sitting on the toilet sometimes can get intense, and that's what we're looking for. Our goal is really to get us closer to the end, and sometimes the toilet can be just the thing. Coming in at number 4 out of 10 is squatting. So a deep, wide squat with legs far apart, like this photo, is great for encouraging the baby to engage in your pelvis, opening up your pelvic inlet. A more narrow squat that's kind of a semi-squat would be better when the baby is lower and opening up the outlet. Now, it's not for everyone squatting because it can be intense, but if you are up for it, if you've practiced it in before labor started, squatting can definitely be something that I would give a try. So here we are at our final 3. Now, if you're wondering, how is this list ranked? It's actually my favorites from attending over 300 births as a doula. These are my top 10 best positions to suggest to my clients, and my 3 favorites are coming right up. So make sure you put these on your list. I like these especially if your labor is slowing down or you're hoping to speed things up, you're wanting to make your contractions more intense. And number 3 is the asymmetrical kneel. Now, the asymmetrical kneel is something that you do with one leg up for a certain amount of contractions, like this photo, and then you would switch and do the other leg. And this, of course, can be done on the hospital bed and leaning on the birth ball, just like this picture. The asymmetrical positions really change up the pelvis and help encourage our baby to get lower. That's what we're always trying to do. Number 2 is one of the most useful positions in labor, and it's also one that feels so good, and that's the forward lean. So you can do a standing forward lean, you can do a kneeling forward lean, you can even do a sitting forward lean, but that forward lean usually feels so much better than leaning backwards. I personally love the standing forward lean when you put the birth ball up on the bed and you can stand and lean on the birth ball, or when you're at home, you can stand and lean on a kitchen counter. There are so many ways to use that forward lean. You can even lean up against a wall and take advantage of gravity. And of course, you know I'm going to say to keep your legs nice and open when you're in that position, right? Forward lean is like a key position for you to know for labor. Here we are at my top position for labor and birth, and this is the one that I've seen make some big changes. Can be a little bit intense. Now, if you've attended any of my live classes, you can probably guess what this position is. Speaking of which, the live classes are ongoing, and you can check out next time. I'll be teaching in the link below, and I'll put a link above here as well. Now, this final position has a funny name, and it is Captain Morgan. The Captain Morgan position makes use of a chair to bring your foot up and get into a lunge position. Now, the key here is that your foot on the chair is going to be pointed at a 90-degree angle to your foot on the floor. Again, just like that asymmetrical kneel, you'll want to switch up sides to make sure that you're spending the same amount of time with both legs. Now, those are my top 10 positions for labor and birth. What do you think? Leave me a comment below, and I would love for you to check out one of these 2 videos for next time, and I'll see you again. Bye, guys.